tokens with an AI generator, and they call themselves AI, and they write the coattail of that AI narrative. That's all good, but just we got to do always our own research. So keep that in mind with the AI narrative. I'm a little more bullish on RWA stuff,
Yeah.
and some real life solution finding. And I think that is great when you connect shops and customers alike, and hook crypto into that. That's what we need, and that's what we mean with decentralization, right? So immediately turns on bull mode here, or at least I'm gonna look.
I have a question to Pat about the coffee coin.
Yeah, absolutely. Send it.
Yeah, this like if I have the coffee coin and if I have a shop that you guys are working with, do you get like a discount on your coffee?
So right now, the way we have it set up with those coffee shops, they did do some gift card giveaways and whatnot, just sort of on the announcement of our launch. But the way that we're trying to set it up is essentially you go to those coffee shops, any of our coffee partners, you buy coffee. As long as you're a coffee coin holder, as long as you have purchased and bought some coffee coin, whatever you buy from that coffee shop, you'll get a percentage of your purchase back in coffee coin. So if you the way we have it set up right now, for example, our merch store is the only one where it's like 100% live because we can manually handle that just as a team until the app's up. If you go on our merch store right now, you buy a hat or you buy a mug, the founder Sean, he will, as long as in the checkout you put in your Solana wallet, he'll take whatever your purchase is and give you 1% back in coffee coin. That's simple. That's just like the way it's going to work. Obviously, once the app's rolled out and everything's sort of hashed out the way we want it, and I'll caveat all of this with like, we know like we've been kind of a slow climb. We've been 5 months going. We're sitting at like, whatever 100,000 market cap. We're okay with that for the sake of, we've said we're the slow brew from the beginning because we want to do this right. We don't want people getting screwed. We want people who are going to buy. We know there's always going to be traders, so that's fine. But anyways, yeah, essentially that's the way we want to start out, is with the reward system. Going forward, having it as a payment token, if those cafes want to accept it as a form of payment, that's going to be up to them. And those are all things that we'll look at. If they want to offer rewards, we've talked about, a lot of people have suggested maybe one day rolling out an NFT program in tie with it, and you can get discounts from those cafes. Those are things down the line. We want to focus on like the basic rewards program to start. But thanks for your question.
Yeah, of course, because I see great potential here in both together tied with the NFT and passive income from, let's say, if you take the coffee and put like half a cent extra on it, but if you're a holder and you can show for it, for example, like then you don't pay more, but like then you reward the holders that way. Like, say, look at this on a wide scale. That's what I'm thinking. Like that could be brilliant even.
And coffee is wide scale to begin
Yeah,
with, right? So
you should come to Norway.
You need it every day.
We're a small country, but we drink coffee like
maniacs over there.
Yeah. I had 6 cups today.
Ooh.
Yes,
I get too jittery. I used to do that, and it's like lately, it's like I can't handle it.
But Tic forgets to tell you that
my coffees are strong. Each cup
Tic makes coffee like this. 5 scoops of instant coffee, 5, not 1.
Yeah.
Just 5.
At least.
And then a little bit of water, and then the spoon just sticks in there straight, like it's tar. And then he gobbles that away. And so when Tic says, I can't handle 6 coffees, no. Dude, Tic would die, right? Don't do that, Tic.
I like it like gravy. My coffee is like gravy, dude.
You already drank 20 coffees today.
Yeah, it's the best.
Well, Aaron is right up there. Aaron might be laying low and maybe step to some matcha.
Hello. I just had a question.
Yo, what's up?
I heard you guys say Sora AI, and I'm definitely interested in that, but at first I thought you guys were talking about Zora.
I know.
Because I'm on Zora, and I've noticed it changed where I can't just post normal pictures or anything anymore, like on my phone. On my phone, like I don't know if you need a laptop or something, but like all it wants to do is make AI images or like a live picture.
at the top, make sure you pan over and that you're on the camera mode. You may have accidentally swiped over into generate mode.
Can
and you're
you,
stuck over
Tic,
there.
send
Yes.
Aaron an invite for a Telegram so he can
Yeah.
fetch all that and we don't have to do it twice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
but
welcome.
Zora with the S is by OpenAI. They
Yeah,
just dropped it. It's in its like testing stage right now. It's like invite only.
Is it only okay? I tried to download it, but it took me to the Apple Store.
I've got like I've got like 2 more invite codes that I can give out. So Aaron,
but
get one, please.
Yeah, bro, you got
yes,
it.
Please.
Since you asked, I said anyone that asked me
Thank
for
you.
one gets one. So
yeah, and so when you're in the Telegram and you're in there, you have codes as well to give, right? So keep sharing the love there.
Well, I think I sent you one.
Yeah, you send me one. I'm gonna do tomorrow when
you
Wild
got
is feeling better.
You got the first code.
Yeah, I got the first one.
I highly recommend it. It's so
But
powerful.
we are diving off the cliff again, Alexa. We were talking about coffee and coffee.
So, Miss Wild, I see you hitting the React a lot. Is that's part of like the metrics, like the more what do they call that? I'm trying to learn about it because I just see you hitting it a lot. I know it has to do something for you, so I just wanted to know more information.
Well, what exactly is your question?
Like when we hit all these, does it like if we hit like a bunch of them, does it do more for your space or what's it do?
Yes. Well, it does more for the algorithm for you because you're alive, and I'm always very much alive. I'm a big fan of life and living, and I'm going to show it through emojis. It is true. Also, having your hand up like this. Yeah. But then we don't know who actually wants to talk and who's just farming the stage while being bullish and replying to tons of people. Right? Because some people do that, right? They have the tractor out, they're just farming.
I just want to come so I wouldn't be late on my attendance, you know?
Well, thank you very much. But you're never too late. You're always in the right time, in the right space. You just know that, right? That's the thing.
Yep.
Exactly.
But it's bullish for the somehow it's bullish for your account to do this. So and I just learned how to do this from Sam, which is a big guy in the Dojo and Law community, and he does that all the time. And sometimes he throws people off. He's talking about a fun thing, and then he does the crying emoji, or the other way around. It throws people off. Yeah, so it's kind of fun to do it, right? It's kind of fun. It's a different language, but yes, bullish for the account, bullish for your algorithm. At this point, I am so studied the algorithm so bad that I feel like I am the algorithm, which part of it is true, right? Because that's how you create reality. It's the same thing. Your reality works the same as the algorithm. You push out and then you get back. So you take action. When you take action, it comes to you, right? You just got to step on the road to it. So when you reply to a lot of people, you're using some words. These are what's going to be reflected back to you. And so when they line up with your post, you're getting a lot of what? Engagement. So if I have a good morning post out and I good morning people a lot, I get a lot of good morning back. That's what the algorithm does. Yeah,
I've noticed that. I've noticed that because like people have blessed me in crypto before, like $500 or something, and I came up and tried to give it back to them, and they're like, no, just pass, whatever extra you can, just pass off to someone who needs it, and that's what I've been doing my whole journey, and it's been working good for me. But some people say not to do it, but every time I listen to people, some people, it's bad luck,
Well, it's not really, well, that's a belief of your own. So you are always right. You always prove yourself right. Everything is a concept or an idea that you bring in reality to define it. Write that down. Right? Everything is a concept or an idea that you bring in reality in order to define it. Because you need to define reality, or else you think you still be sleeping and dreaming. And we all know in dreams everything flies, right? We don't care if there's a cat pouring us a beer. It's all normal, right? But when we are awake, we need to define things proper. And we define things based on our self-concept. Self-concept is what we believe to be true and what we believe about ourselves to be true. So you are always right. You always meet the same girls, the same shitty relationships, or the same guys. Yeah, you're right. It's going to happen again. I can tell you pretty much. Guarantee you that. Right? Because you work on autopilot. 90% or 97% of you is working on autopilot, just like breathing. just like your heartbeat is. Your language is actually 97% subconscious as well.
Thank you. What you told me to write down, I put into Chat GTP so I could study it further.
Yes, and it
That's
really
a great
works this
idea.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ChatGPT
so
is
you can
great
hack
for
it.
that, especially
Yeah,
because then you're cataloging and indexing the just random thoughts or whatever conversations, and so then
yeah, you
that's
can
the
help it with your
history.
reality.
Uh-huh.
You can be like, look, this is my behavior. This is what I do. I notice this pattern. I keep doing it. Somehow I cannot keep myself from doing it. What do I need to do to make it better? And it's going to give you some suggestions. And these suggestions are going to feel awkward to you. Yeah, but that tells you that you need to go there because it makes you feel uncomfortable. And anytime
Yeah.
you feel uncomfortable, you are in a state of change. Yeah. But here's the thing, don't be so uncomfortable that it freaking traumatizes you. So if you go to, this is where people fuck up all the time, you shoot yourself in the foot. You want a beach body, and now you're thinking, oh my God, I need to eat nothing or way less, and I need to spend 4 hours in the gym, or I need an hour in the gym, 2 hours of running. You're gonna go do something so incredibly out of your comfort zone, too far out, that you're gonna get traumatized in 3 days. You're gonna have pain everywhere. You're gonna lay down, and you're thinking, I cannot do this. And this is why you fail to succeed, because success is nothing but consistency and time. So you need to look for something that's out of your comfort zone, a little bit hard, but achievable and doable for a long period of time. Because that is the very boring way of success in any direction, right? So if you are always dating the wrong guy or the wrong girl, right? But you're still going to the same places to meet people, so you're still going to the same clubs. What do you think? You're going to meet more of this. So you might want to go to different areas to look for different people. You might be going like, yeah, but I don't want to go to the park and I want to go to the library. Okay, well, that's you. So basically, what you're telling the quote unquote universe is just reality, but people call it universe. So what you're telling the universe is like, hey, I want more of this because my behavior is not changing.
Yeah,
Right?
yesterday I actually had Chat GTP. I told it everything I have going on, like
Yeah.
the separate things I'm working
Yeah.
on and everything, and I tried to have it like try to help me block my time so I could like do it more
Yeah.
effectively to for the most
Very good.
bang out of my buck for so I'm definitely working on it, and I got that information from just listening to your space and seeing
Yeah.
how you guys operate.
Yeah, it's very easy like that. But even when ChatGPT tosses a lot at you, and it's too much to tone it down. Start with the one thing that it says. Hone in on one thing. Move from there. Because here's the thing: we know this in psychology. We know this because that's actually how marketing and games work. So here's what we do with games, right? So there's a game, and you have these farming games, right? So you're at level one, you get to plant a tomato, you bring it to the market. Oh, great, I made some money. Now you're leveling up to level two. So you get dopamine. You achieved something, you're going to level two. Now you can grow freaking melons or something, right? Now you do that, and then you get to be level three. And then somewhere around level nine and 10, all of a sudden you don't have energy enough. What happens? You need to buy some energy. But they have trained your mind now for 10 times, 10 repetitions or 9 repetitions, right? To be succeeding. And so now you want to do more of this leveling up, succeeding. That's that spiral up. And you want it so bad. You want it so bad that you want to pay money for extra credits so you can get more energy. So now you can get the freaking, I don't know, asparagus.
I was gonna say
Mm-hmm.
that's such a good example because that's how all those games are, right? It lets you
Yes.
get to like level 3, level
Yes.
4, and then it's like, okay, either you wait to keep leveling up or you
Yes.
start buying
Yeah,
stuff.
free to play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
Yep,
yep.
used to
yep,
play a
yep. So
basketball game like that. Yeah.
they know something that we are very reluctant to understand because again, as most of us want to be lazy like that. We want to be in our comfort zone, right? But we do know subjectively that learning something takes repetition. And not only does that learning not take so long, that's a misconception anybody have. It actually goes pretty fast. They hook you within an hour. Within an hour, you'll learn total new behavior that you just want to keep on doing because now it gives you a dopamine. And this is what our brain does. And so your brain is very, very how do you say it? It has this plasticity, and so you can change within 24 hours. I'm not even joking. I had people with hypnosis change within 24 hours, different person. We know. I'm now working with some students for their thesis. They are actually doing now research how it is that people with personality disorders that switch completely, utterly into a different person because they have a disorder. But sometimes they change facial features, sometimes even their eye color. Yeah, so the changes in physiology as well. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, so miracles do happen, but are they really miracles? We just don't know what we're capable of, and we base our reality constantly on our self-concept. And this is again why I found that things like NLP and just words and just anchoring behavior is not working, because when the behavior asked is going against an internal belief, it's not going to work. If you believe that you are not worthy, then you are never going to be worthy. And every situation will lay that bare for you because, again, everything is a concept or an idea that you bring into reality so you can define it. And what have you then defined? Well, I'm not worthy. So that's what you got to define. Yeah.
See, this is why we need more psychology-based spaces, and I think that's why I'm always drawn to this. But I have to get out of here. I have to actually go touch some grass. So
Touch
you
the
guys have
grass, my
a
friend,
yeah. I gotta
and
go
have a
do
great
that.
day.
Good seeing
Yeah,
you.
you all
Thank you.
too as
Thank you
well.
for
Yeah,
stopping
always
by.
good to be here. Yeah, Tick Wild, have a great one.
You
We'll
as
see
well,
you
bro.
down there. Aaron, shout out to you. Trash Panda, shout out to everybody that's in this space. You guys have a great weekend. I'll be seeing you all soon.
Hells
See
yeah.
you soon.
Bullish.
You're
See
always
ya.
Bullish, my
welcome.
friend.
Stay
Adios.
bullish.
Take it
But
easy.
yeah, I didn't want to fall off the cliff here with that information. Is sometimes I go on autopilot with this because it is something that I do on a regular in real life. I'm doing it with businesses, right? I'm teaching businesses how to use conversational hypnosis in this way, not to just make themselves better, but hopefully also their customer. And I did a lot of training people physically. I was a personal trainer, a professional athlete myself. So I used conversational hypnosis in changing people physically, right? Going to transformations like that and speed it up, go it faster. Also, people who do competitions, as I did powerlifting competitions myself. So and how to get into that winning mindset and how you need to sometimes literally brainwash yourself. And this is not woo woo at all. So there's a ton of people who are like, oh, universe vibing and live, love, life. And this is not the case. You do not need to be positive all the time either. Yeah, but think positive thoughts. Yeah, well, go say that to somebody who's depressed. See where you end up. You're just gonna make him feel worse about his or her situation because they're gonna be unable to come up with a positive thought. But here's the thing: positive emotions are also just emotions. Negative emotions are also just energy emotion. They're both the same. We judge them because we need to define them. That's what we do. But ultimately, you can bring something into reality with a negative emotion as well. Lots of people that I met in the gym went through a bad breakup, and they used that emotion of hurt and pain and vengefulness and frustration and whatever got into the mix there, and they use it to lift heavy weights and end up with looking better, feeling better, and changing their life around for the good. So you can build on any emotion. It's just in energy emotion, and it's in motion. That means that when you are not reacting to it, it will go away faster. Yeah, 17 seconds, you guys. 17 seconds. Maybe we should, maybe on Sunday, I have my own space, Wake Up Wild. Maybe we should do like a conversational hypnosis on stage where we can actually live change some things, because I noticed that in spaces, it's applicable as well, even though I don't get to see. For somebody who is a hypnotherapist, it's easier to hypnotize somebody when I see your face, or at least some movement of your body, so I can see, confirm that I access your subconscious mind. And so it's harder to do in spaces because I don't see anybody. And so sometimes I just got to go with that. It's the case, right? But that's going to be a lot of fun.
You are too intriguing, Wild. Man, I'm just gonna keep coming to your spaces.
Well, change is always happening. I have people in DMs that have life changing experience just from listening in for 10 minutes. And I hope you do, because that's my mission, see? So my grandfather was a hypnotherapist in the 50s. I grew up in his practice when they babysit me when my parents were out. And he actually was the first one who started to treat people with anorexia, because at the time that was so misunderstood and there wasn't any medical treatment, and people were dying. And so he treated those for free, also part of research in hypnotherapy that way. And so when my grandfather passed away, he left everything and every book that he owned in his library all to me. And I read each book 3, 4 times. And then I was a teenager and I was thinking to myself, this is bullshit. I did. I thought this hypnotism stuff, it's not working. It's horse crap. And that's how I went to psychology, because I was like, okay, well, there is some science there. And so that's great. Right. And then I did that. And then I came around back to hypnotherapy again, because at one point I was doing EMDR and I was like, this is no different than hypnotherapy. Only with hypnotherapy, I can do it faster. I can make change in people faster, because we do not sometimes need to look for the problem. We need to look for the belief around the problem and alleviate that in order to facilitate change. Not saying that you do not need to say, if there's something if you're depressed and you have some serious issues that you cannot overcome yourself and you need a hand, please go and seek help always, right? Always reach out.
I tried to read some books that were like recommended by powerful people or whatever, like the 48 Laws of Power, and that book sucked. It was just all about manipulation that I knew from my old life, and
yeah,
wasn't something I was interested in.
Well, look, in order for you to define it, right? So sometimes we recognize that things that are not for us, maybe we changed, but it was part of our old story somehow. So we recognize it as such. Yeah. So here's the thing, and it's the same with NLP as well. It got a bad rep, but there's just gonna be assholes in the world who take things, and there are doctors that do good, and there are doctors that because they are narcissists and they like the title, and actually are not interested in helping people at all. Right? So there's always going to be assholes, but I just go for the premise that I change a lot more people for the good, and I teach a lot more people who will use it for the good, and so we end up with more good than bad. So there's always going to be assholes, but I just go for the premise that I change a lot more people for the good, and I teach a lot more people who will use it for the good, and so we end up with more good than bad.
What do you think of
Maybe
what do you think about that book though? Like, I mean, it's like all right book, but I mean, it's like all manipulation I learned from the streets
Well, we
pretty
can
much.
manipulate people. See, when it comes down to it, is when I want to quote unquote manifest something. So I want to see something happen, and then but some other person with the same amount of energy that I have would like to have the same thing as I do. Who wins? It's the one that is most convincing, and this is where these laws are right. The person who has the most confidence wins, because it's very clear. That's why we say, like, these people who are assholes, they usually win. Yeah, because they don't care. And somehow people are drawn to that. They see that as some kind of leadership.
Yeah, having a conscience sometimes backfires.
Yeah, you're overthinking, right? And these people are ruthless. Yeah. And so here's a good example of what how confidence wins. So there's this guy with another guy. This is actually a true story. And the guy had a bottle of liquor from his birthday. And it was like, hey, I want to drink it with you because we're still gonna celebrate a birthday. And the guy's like, oh, fine. And he's like, we go to that cafe over there, to the coffee shop over there, and then we're gonna. So they go to the coffee shop. They don't order coffee. They just sit down. He grabs actually some glasses from the bar, sits down, opens his bottle of liquor, starts toasting with him. And the people are just baffled. Like, what is this guy doing? Right? Like he owns the place. And so a waiter comes up and he's like, "Sir, you can't drink in here." And the guy just says, "It's okay. I got it for my birthday." People don't know how to respond to that. That's so utterly confident. But you cannot fake this. You have to be believing that people, that
The
you will
reason
overrule
I
people.
the reason I even came across the book is because I used to like be in the bars and sell party favors and whatnot, and
Mm.
I would sit in the corner at the bar by myself, and my friend said, you hold a lot of power by doing that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I read this book, The 48 Laws of Power. He's like, people are sitting over there probably wondering what you're up to or something like that. I didn't quite understand it, but he tried to
Yeah.
tell me something like that.
Yeah, have a low profile, but when you speak confidently and you know for sure. You're not wondering. You're also not asking people anything. You're just making statements. That helps too. But all in all,
Thank you
there's
for your time.
something. Yeah, there's something. Yeah. So there's something to it, right? Also, when it comes to dating advice. So we know things in psychology that work. We know that if you are touching a woman just a little bit, and I'm not saying touching sexually or anything, just holding hands, just briefly rubbing the shoulder, right? In passing or something like that. Yeah. If that's from somebody that we perceive as potential partner for us, we have like heightened spikes in oxytocin. That's a bonding hormone. So if you know this, you can on purpose do this and try to lure as many as many girls to your bedroom as you can try, right? And it will give you an edge for sure. But
Sounds
is that,
wonderful.
well, Panda is like tomorrow, but it is true. And so, but can we use this for dental lure? Yeah, you can. Are you an asshole? Yes. Right? Yeah.
It's like Andrew Tate does the NLP a lot, and
Yes.
he's got like a
Yes.
leader for it.
Yeah. Well, he's not a leader of NLP by any means or standard,
No, I
but
mean
but
he's got that guy
yeah,
that's the leader. I forget, is it Sarah Gay or something?
yeah. So he implements this. Yeah. And so that's where we come back to Machiavelli again. So Machiavelli was one of the first to expose this on how this works. It's a very old book. And then he gets a bad rap because he was actually not a person like this, right? But it is like kind of shoot the messenger. So now when we say it's kind of Machiavellian, we call that. And yeah, Tate is really like that and clearly manipulating. Like it's very clear as day. He's
That
not
guy's such
using
a
any of this for
douche.
good.
That guy's the
But
worst.
yeah, marketing, same thing. They want you to buy something, and so they will have you buy it. They will have address that sense of lack that you already carry in yourself, and they will target that and knee jerk you into buying something. Yeah. I mean, supermarket does it too. I mean, look, marketing is very far when they come to psychology and tactics like that. People don't even understand. It's a part of psychology. Marketing psychology is actually a field of study, and they actually have more money to do the research on it too. So there is that. But again, like I said, overall, I think a lot more people using it for good than for the bad, right? So in the
That's
end,
true.
we're always better off unified than we are not unified and stand out. But power shift and that's always going on. So here's a good book to read. It's called The Square and the Tower by Neil Wilkinson, and that really lays bare just on a bigger scale. On a world scale, population scale, where we are the populace and the ones in power, and how that shifts, how the ones on the square become the tower, right? Topple the tower and then become the tower, and then the whole game starts again. and it really lays that bare. And it also gives a nice representation of, usually it's not even a group. That tower is sometimes just one person, and it's the most unlikely person. So you may think Trump is in power because you see him a lot and he's out there, but actually he's not. I can tell you pretty much he's not, because he's the poster boy. All right, so.
Sorry, I'm just going to chime in. Thanks again for having me up, Wild.
Yeah,
I got to step down, but it's been a great space. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. Well, we got to close up shop. You guys.
I definitely, I wrote down the title though. I put it in the chat GTP, put my notes. I'm gonna check. I did read The Prince. I like that a lot. It was decent.
Yeah, very nice book to read. That's actually giving you some insights. You were like, huh, right?
I liked it a lot more than the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, because it's a more objective. It has a little bit more story to it on the why. So understanding why is very important, even if you may not like what's going on, but to understand what you don't like is very powerful, right? So you can make a better choice in that. Yeah, and we kind of wheel it back into crypto. A lot of people are like this as well. So here is the scammers, right? And of course, scammers, they should not be rugging tokens. They should not be doing that, right? Just like a burglar, they should not get into your house. That's your property. Unfortunately, we live in a world where that happens, but they can only do so because there's the dynamic of you. And you are on Solana buying that token because of what? Greed. And these scammers know that you're a greedy little one, right? And so they can do it over and over again. And then when I say this, it's like, yeah, but then you're doing victim blaming. And I was like, no, no, no. These guys should not be doing that, right? They should not be doing that. But you were there for a reason too. You were there for a reason too. So let's not deny that dynamic. You didn't lock your house. So should somebody then enter? No. But is it easy for them to do so? Yes. Yeah, you don't want to be in that abusive relationship. You could have left. That's your dynamic, right? And so even though you don't hold any blame, you might want to look at some of your behavior that allowed that to happen, and where possibly you were a little bit naive, and then change that to not being naive, right? Because there's definitely something that predators look for in prey, and that's, we are no different from the natural, what we call, quote unquote, the natural world. We are part of this natural world, right? We know this. When you are not paying attention on the street and you look a little bit down, you're becoming now a prey, right? And it should be then, yes, well, the guy that's robbing you should not be robbing you. But you can definitely do better on your end to make yourself not a victim, right? Yeah. And then there's for these people who are doing tokens and Solana. What were you doing there anyways? You were there looking to dunk on somebody else. So you're not, sometimes you're not that far off from the rugger. You were just deaf when exchange. Why you want exchange, my guy? Yeah, because you want to dunk the bags. That's what you want to make some profit in the bags. That's that mechanism there going on. It's like you're complaining about hookers. What were you doing with the hookers then? What were you doing there? I'm not there. I don't see them. You did. What were you doing there? Right? That's the thing. That's the thing. Tic, did you pass out already?
No, the hookers were hanging out with me. I wasn't hanging out with
Yeah.
them.
See, that happens.
They were hanging out with me. That's what it was.
That's what you, and then you say it wasn't me. It was, I have a personality disorder. I was channeling somebody else at the time. I have no recollection.
What had happened was,
I also want a lawyer.
I just posted another Sora video of me using digital gold to destroy my enemy, a Bitcoin sword.
George would like a Bitcoin sword.
Yeah,
I know he wants
a sword made of Bitcoin. It just digital gold is a powerful tool for empowering individuals. That's I should fuck. Ugh, I don't like the way that statement sounds. I'm gonna delete that post. I'll try again later.
Try again later.
Yeah, I just, as I said it out
but
loud.
Also
I was like,
remember, when it comes to the algorithm, So everybody's in my DMs because these videos went viral. So everybody's in the DMs going like, "What art studio do you use? What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm always telling them what I use." But it's not your post. It's not the content itself. It's the mechanism, you guys. Right? It's the mechanisms through we operate. And though you can certainly boost it, when you know how you can boost it with your art or your content, right? But it has nothing to do with the mechanism. Just these things are separate. So don't overthink your content. Start posting, but even more important, start engaging with other people because that's going to compound in views for you. The more you reply, right?
Oh, I have the worst reach at the moment.
What do you have? You're going through
Like my
labels?
reach is terrible. You know
Oh,
the
your
reach.
reach. Your
Yeah.
reach. Yeah. Well, sometimes it isn't great for me either, but it depends on the time. If I post something in that I'm not active in that day as well, but I posted in that time, I'm getting no reach. So it might be something to do with that, right?
Total crypto market cap is at 4.20 T, up 2.11%.
Yeah, we want 8, and then we want alt season,
Yeah, but
right, George?
it's funny because it's a 420 weed coin posted 420 as like
It's crazy.
it's like a funny haha thing that I just
We
saw
want
somebody
we
had
want
repost.
we want 8 trillies,
8
and
trillion.
then 8 trillion, and then we want alt season.
I'm down to get a trill.
It brings a tear
So
to
why?
my eye.
So Wild, if I make a post and no one likes it, and I go and like it with my alts, that's bad. But
Yes.
like I can't help myself from doing it for some reason. I can't
Yeah, don't do
stop. I
that.
keep doing it.
No, don't do that. Come visit my space on Sunday morning because that's when I talk a lot about this algorithm, how to get engagement, how to go about it, right? On Sundays, I always lay that bare. I'm taking you through the whole process, whether your focus is on followers, how followers don't equal views. Some people are just still stuck on that one as well. Yeah, but I don't have no. It has really very little to do with followers.
Is it about the same time on Sunday or?
No, it's actually for you guys. It's like at 3 a.m. at night. I don't know where you are, but
Okay,
it's in my
Chicago.
morning. It's in my morning, and so I'm a European time. I'm a European. European. Yeah. So it's after midnight. I know that much.
Okay, I put the notifications on. I don't know why I didn't have them on earlier, but they're
Yeah,
on now.
notice on. And then when I open that space, it's wake up wild. And some people wake up with me. Some people wake up in a different way with me. That could be the thing too. So that's why I call it. But I address that. I address that algorithm. And we go in rabbit holes all the time with that stuff. And sometimes I roast people because I'm complaining about how they did their
Coffee coin.
profile. No,
No,
look.
roasted
Sometimes
coffee
people.
was a joke. Sorry, that was
Oh,
that was the
well,
worst.
no. That was the
Oh,
worst
Abe,
joke.
the Towers game also wanted to shill, I think, and I kind of feel bad because
Uh,
he's been waiting for so
tomorrow.
long.
Tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
I can't. Can you come back to Tower? We do tomorrow, and we'll give you
I
a
was so
spotlight.
curious about what
Free
it because it
spotlight.
looks like a decent project.
I know, but I gotta stay bullish. No, for real. I'm falling off the cliff.
Let's call it. Yeah, it's late as hell. This is like
But
a 3 hour space. It went
yeah,
so
it's now.
long
It's
today,
I
way
was saying
longer
90
than we meant
minutes, and
to.
then we just went on.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. But the Tower is welcome to join us tomorrow. We are on 6 live streams. Come chill. Come tell our viewers and ourselves what this is all about, and we'll give you a little bit more attention in tomorrow.
Damn,
Promise.
2.5
All right.
hours.
Yeah.
Why? Just add
I
some
don't know why
sand.
we do this, but here's the outro.
Let's go.
What's the ticker? What's the ticker?
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag. Send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map. So line of sniping like a gat. And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back. And the guest fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Every time Tic sings along, but there's a little bit of a delay. It's funny. You guys, we see it. We see you again tomorrow, same time, same space. Send it.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us, fam. Y'all stay bullish, my friends. We will see you tomorrow. Let's go.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Love you too, bro.
Bye.
Wild loves you.